Okay. So, two ways when you first do a site is there's going to be an automatic login down here and a meta area in the right sidebar. But that we're going to actually take away and won't be there when we build the site. So what you want to do is if you go up, click at the end of your domain name, and what you want to do is you want to type a / WP and then do a dash, and then you're basically typing in the word admin, which is ADMIN. And then if you hit enter, it brings you to the login screen. Are you guys both, did you get to follow and get to the screen?
I'm there.
Okay. So the key thing is to remember is just at the end of your URL to type in that / WP admin. I'll make sure you have that. And that's how you access any WordPress site to get to this login screen. And if you guys have your password and your username, you can put it in now. John, you might want to Maria already did this. You can type in your username, because the one that WordPress automatically assigns you is this long gobbledygook one. If you just put in your username and you can click on lost your password, it'll give you a chance to make one that you want if you'd like to. Or you can do that later.
Okay. Oh yeah. So username is my email.
Yeah, either or. Yep.
Right.
And if you have the email I sent you, can you copy the password out of that?
Yeah.
Because then you just click login.
Okay.
Let me know when everybody's here.
I'm there.
Okay.
Except mine doesn't look like that, Tara. I don't have Welcome to WordPress, that section.
Do you have a user? Do you have a user on the left side?
Yeah.
Okay. If you click on users, you should see myself in there and yourself.
Yep.
Are you an administrator?
Oh.
We both are.
Okay, good. So then that's fine. I was afraid maybe I didn't assign you the correct way. So let me get back to here. So you don't have the Welcome to WordPress?
No.
I got my username. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So my username is WordPress at upsite.swifttrack. Not my email, because you sent me one that says upsite your username and password info.
Yeah, your username is actually your last name. I remember setting it up with a capital S. With a capital S would be a username.
Okay, that's my username. Okay. Okay, I can't find the password though.
Okay, click. It should have been provided in the email that you got.
Okay. Site. Initial emails. WebEx meeting. Sorry to hold you up.
No, nope. That's why I want us to all walk through this. Worst comes to worst.
Is it the WordPress hosted site? is that the name of the email, or is it?
It would have come from just WordPress.
Oh.
Right? If not, if you have your email open and you can go.
Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, so it gave me 3 links.
Okay. Did it give you the password? It should have emailed you a password.
Well, to set your password, you got to visit the following address.
Okay, so click on that. Oh, that's right. It doesn't give you the password. You have to go in and create it.
Right. Okay, so it's gave me a big, strong one, this big, real long gobbledygook one.
Yeah.
So reset, okay.
Yeah, I don't think you hit reset. From there, I just typed right over that long one.
It lets you create your own.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. It didn't let me create my own.
It didn't.
No.
Yeah, because I did that first. I hit reset, and then it sent me another email. So right when you get that.
Oh, okay. Let me go back.
Go check your email.
Yeah, you have to type right over that gobbledygook.
That other language.
This is easy. Sorry. Okay. So right now I have that the audit the one they gave me. Hold on, Jason. All right, check your email for. Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me go back. I never got that. I didn't see that. Oh, now I got it. All right. Okay. So do I go to upsite.swifttrack? Do I go to that or back to?
Does it say to reset? Did you reset your password yet? Did you do a new password or?
Oh no, back here. New password. Hold on.
I'm the one that's always setting this up, so I never see what the emails really look like. I assign them.
Very weak.
Oh, I love that.
How do they want it? Jeez. I got like. Hold on.
I'll give you a hint. When I make passwords, I use sometimes I use an exclamation point as a letter I. I'll use the number 3 in place of an E or an S.
Yeah.
Just sometimes those tricks help you mix and match stuff so that you can sort of use a word but not.
Okay.
Oh, I use the @ sign for an A too.
Hold on. It still has me as weak.
Yeah, I think I just saved mine as a week for now.
All right.
Is it at least like usually if it has 12
Oh my goodness, I have
letters or symbols?
I have like 20
Really?
characters. Yeah, J, Y, fruit, hat. All right, it's got medium. That's fine.
Okay, medium.
All right.
Make sure you remember that. Do you remember it?
I wrote it down.
Okay. You can always reset it if you lose your password. Okay.
Okay, I logged it up. Oh, punch it in. Okay.
Did you get to here and then?
I'm at the dashboard.
Oh, yes. Okay, good. Okay. So, and you might want to actually bookmark right now if you want to always be able to get here. So, do you know how to either put drag this and put it in your menu bar here. That's what I just did. I dragged it.
Oh, you can drag it? Okay, because I usually do the save, the start.
Yeah, whichever way you want to do it. And that way, you won't always have to type in the WP admin. You can always click on it. It'll bring you, it won't bring you in here. It'll bring you to the login screen. And then you can just, put in your password if you haven't saved it, just to get in.
Right. So I just clicked on the star and it says bookmark added. Just hit done.
Yeah. It's good until you get used to doing this so that you know how to get into your sites pretty easily. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to have us do is we're going to go over to our settings, which is on the bottom of the left sidebar, and click on General. This is where you can change your site title and your tagline. Your site title will be overridden if you upload a logo. Otherwise, this will come in as your verbiage of whatever your business or site name is what your site title is. Being overridden with a logo down the road. Or if it's not, you can delete it. But usually it's overridden if you upload an image for a logo. And your tagline is right here, which is usually goes under. Some themes will let it show with a logo, or it might just be hidden when you do a logo too. But it's key to know that if you're wondering where this little line to change it, it's here in your settings in general. Some people have been frustrated, they didn't know where to change that. Then you want to make sure that, because you're an admin has the highest capabilities. It can do anything to the website. You want to make sure your email address is in there.
All right, yours is in there now.
Okay.
So slot ours in?
Change it to yours. Because I created the site, it automatically puts it in. This way, any of the plugins will email you when there's an update. If there's something you need to go to, it will automatically pull it from here. So change that to yours. Leave the...
What about membership?
Okay, membership, don't touch that. You don't want anyone registering to the site at this point. You can leave... I will go over user profiles. These are the different levels that you can give like your clients access so that they can put their own information in. If they're not intelligent enough to understand WordPress, you don't want to give an administrator give someone permission to change absolutely anything on the site. Right now, I'm an administrator and you guys, just so if I need to fix something for you guys, I can do it. An editor, we'll go over some of these. There will be stuff that we'll go over, but you'd probably give your client an editor capability because then they can't change the theme or the customization or add a lot of functionality and break things. Basically, they can just add some regular content. So it's safe to keep. Subscriber has the lowest capabilities. So just keep it at that. That one's fine.
Now, Tara, how come when we went to users, it said admin on it, and this one says subscriber?
What this is doing is this is telling that if any new user, if you're signing them up, it's going to just preset it to the lowest.
Okay, so new user.
Yeah,
okay.
Which is better in case you go, oops, and didn't realize that you forgot to check this, and it was set admin. That means you're opening up your website for amateurs and everybody to be able to go change things you don't want them to be playing around with. So then the next thing is your time zone. You want to go and change that to we got to go find New York. This is, okay, we're Africa. So you're going to have to go all the way to the top, and then we got to go to America, and we'll change it because you want it in your time zone. That way everything's dated correctly, especially blog posts are dated for the right time. So I scroll down and look for New York.
That's the closest one to us. Same,
Yeah,
same
is New
Eastern
York.
Standard, right?
Yep. So let me know when you've got your New York selected.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
And then the date format usually is preset okay. Time format's okay. If you have a preference between a capital PM versus a low PM, you could make those decisions. And whatever, I know I always leave it set at Monday. You can change the week starting any day. If you want a Sunday, it doesn't matter. And then of course when we're English, I mean there's other languages in here if you wanted to change it for the site's language. And then we save these changes. And this is all stuff, every time you do a brand new site, you want to go through and do these. So now we're going to go back over to settings and we're going to click on writing. Hopefully if everybody follows along, we'll have the absolutely identical setups.
Okay, so settings.
And writing.
Oh, scroll down to writing. I see.
Yeah, writing.
Got it. Yep.
You probably won't change anything here. We'll come back later if you want to. If you start having blog posts, I like to get rid of the uncategorized. But because we don't have any blog posts, we don't have any other choices yet. So it's going to choose uncategorized as a default setting because when you do a blog post, you want to categorize it because sometimes people search by category or they can look up under your blog under categories. But because we haven't started anything, this might be something we might want to get rid of because I hate seeing uncategorized come up in a list. And that's just something, we'll come back and change it. You might have like a general category that you put some stuff under, or just a design category, and you rather anything that you forget to choose default to design. So I'm not going to change anything at this point. So we don't even have to save it. So we're going to go over to reading now. Now here, every new WordPress install doesn't have a home page. Instead, it puts all the blogs at your as a home page. So it's going to push blog posts, and you're going to get so frustrated going, but I want to put this picture. I want this text to do it. So we're going to change that to a static page. So if you want a home page, we need to change it to a static page. But we're going to come back here and redo this in a few minutes because we haven't built any pages yet. There's just a sample page. We actually have to create the home page and where we want the blogs to be pushed to. So we're going to finish that step a few minutes after we get done with all these settings. So if you're going to have a blog, I always recommend maybe 6 posts a page. No more than 10. I've run into a couple people who have had me fix and wondering why they can't find anything on their blogs because they had this set to 0 or to 100 or whatever. It was just a page that went on forever and ever because all the posts. It's better to see like a few blog posts and then pagination at the bottom that says see the next 6 because people don't want to scroll and scroll and scroll. So 6 is a really good number. You don't need to touch the syndication. And you can just leave this alone. Now this we're going to call our staging site. So this is a key thing. Maria had asked this question before you came on, John.
Yeah.
How is this site, can anyone find it? Well, the only people that are going to find this are going to be whoever you give this URL to, which is, mine's the NTAI webdesign.swifttrek web solutions. Whoever you give this to is going to access this. But to make that happen, so Google won't pull this site up because you just want yourself to see it for now and maybe show it to your client, we're going to click this to discourage search engines from indexing the site. This will make them not come in and find the pages or search them. It tells them no, no. But the key thing to remember is if to make sure this gets turned off. I mean, we need to actually unclick this.
Right, because when the site is finished, you want it off. Right?
Yeah, I actually went in to a company once, and they found out I did WordPress, and they're like, we had this designer who deserted us, built us this WordPress site, but we don't come up on Google. And even if we type in, we don't come up. But our site's there. I immediately went in and did this and unchecked it, and they went, we've been going for 6 months, because they had a developer that just left.
6 months.
And they didn't know anything about it, and I just had to go click this off, and then Google, and then, so yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a key thing to remember down the road. That's kind of why I'll develop a site locally, because I don't have to worry about it on my computer, and then when I push it up, this will be turned off. Well, it'll be all ready to go. But this is my number one thing when I go live with a site, is make sure this is unchecked. But while you're working on the site, you don't want it to be found either. So we can save the changes on that. Now we're going to go to discussions. Now in here, this is what, if you're going to end up having a blog, you want to, okay, allow people to post. Okay, we're going to uncheck allow people to post comments on new articles, because anyone with a new blog, if you have a customer that's going to have a blog on their website and they're not prepared to answer and talk to people that post stuff and comments, it's best to turn this off. It's okay to have a blog without the comments. If you're going to have comments, you've got to be responsible to go, respond to people and approve them. Also, with a new blog, you don't have enough blog posts up there. It's a good idea to have this just turned off. And when you're ready to start handling all the comments, turn this back on. But I always, for my new clients and a new start, I turn it off, because you just don't want people coming in and doing comments and stuff that you're not prepared to answer back and forth. I keep this checked, that if you do get an author, you want to get their information. Rest of that's okay. I keep this in case something happens, that if anyone posts a comment, that I get an email, and it's held for moderation. What this does is, when this is checked on and comments are coming in, it means that you can moderate and you can approve it. So a comment doesn't hit the site till you hit approval, because there's a lot of spam out there. So you only want to show the good comments. And this, before they appear, so you check this, comments must be manually approved. So check that one, because that makes sure that you have to manually approve it before it goes on the site. Okay.
So this is where all the filtering takes
place.
The
filtering, this is pretty much your blog, your blog area. And that's pretty much, you can change how you want users to look if they don't have their own picture. So those are all the changes there. Media. You can keep the media at the preset. This is a theme that we already loaded, so this is just your thumbnail size. If you think your thumbnails, you want them a little bit bigger, this is a standard size. Medium size, 300 is good. This is all in pixels, by the way, pixels. Remember, web is all done in pixels, no picas, no points, pixels. Pixels.
They're on it.
Yeah. And so there's nothing really you need to, I didn't touch anything, so you don't need to save that. My last one is your permalinks. Just to make things understandable,
what is a permalink?
A permalink is what comes after, it's the name of your page, how it's going to look after your URL up here. So it's whatever comes after the backslash, how it's going to appear there. So it's giving you your choices. This one is basically going to give, which means nothing to anybody, it's just the date and the name. Most people understand just the post name, and that's for good SEO, choose post name, because that's going to be basically the name of the page. And that's what people, when they look up here, are going to want to see and be able to understand. So choose post name. And that's the only thing you need to change here, and hit Save Changes.
So category base and tag base are optional. Don't bother with those.
Yeah, we're not going to play with those at this point. So let me check my list. Okay, we're going to go up now and go click on Pages and click Add New. And we're going to type in Home. This is going to be your home page. And over here, okay. I know nothing about the theme that I chose, because I thought it would be fun that I'm going to walk through like you with a theme that none of us know anything about, so I can help you sort through learning a new theme. But on your pages, you want to choose, there's different templates within each theme. And you're going to play with, okay, this one, this one has a home page. So we're going to choose the home page so we could take advantage of the settings it has for home page. I'm not going to put any content in here right now, because what I'm going to do is we're going to set up your static page and your menus. So we're going to just build a couple pages and create that. So just type in home and then choose your home template. I'll go over parent later, but all you need is to do that and then hit publish. There's two ways to do a new page. You can either always at the top of the page you're building on, you can select add a new page, but also you can choose new page from under pages over here. So add a new page. We've already saved that one. And this one we're going to just call it blog. I'm going to keep this one set as default template. They don't have a blog page set up. We'll play with this format if we do a blog. We'll have to learn a little bit more about this theme. So we'll just keep this at the default. Click Published. And you can rename your blog because some people don't always have blog. You know, you can always name it something different, but it's a good standard way just to start. So that we can build a menu, let's add in one more new page. And we'll just start an About page. So we'll just call this an About. Are you guys following along okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, we'll choose, how about we choose on this one, we'll choose under the template page, we'll do the left sidebar. We'll just see how that page format looks. And then we'll hit publish. So we created, so if you click over here to all pages, we just created 3 pages: the about page, blog, home page. They give us a sample page. Set it default. I'm gonna open when I work on a website, if you click, you can visit your website by going up here and up to the top left and click visit site. You can click on that. It'll show you what your site looks like. But
hey, I'm published.
Yeah. Yeah. But what it does is it opens it in the same window, so I have to either, I have to keep toggling, back to the page that I'm on.
Right.
Here's a couple things you can do to preview what this page looks like. Is you can click preview changes, and it will open another window. So this is what that sample page really looks like. And then you can go between tabs. And the key thing is when you're saving a page, this is really handy to know.
How did we get back to like where you are, edit page?
Did you hit the preview changes?
Well, no, I hit it, visit site.
Okay.
There.
Click.
And then you go.
Okay. So you're at visit site. You're here.
Yeah, I'm there right now.
Click on the up in the left corner. Mine is NTI Web Design class. Click on that. Hover over it, and then go down and click on dashboard. But it brings you to the dashboard, but it doesn't bring you to that page we were on.
Oh, mine says upside. So just first one down is dashboard. Hit dashboard. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Because it opened another window.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Okay. I'm going to show you the best workflow for this. Let's. This is what I always do when I'm working a site. I copy the actual domain of the website. I go to a new tab. I put just the domain in. So I have the website. I toggle, so I have side by side 2 tabs. One is a dashboard and one's the actual site. And then I'll keep hitting refresh here when I need to see new changes. I find it's much easier to toggle between these 2. If you want to set that up, it's just a much easier workflow. Do you each have like a tab side by side?
Yeah, they're right. I put them right next to each other.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we need to do is, if you look at your, this already has the menu set up. Look at this. We have an about, blog, home, okay, and sample page. This theme is building your menu for you, but I'm going to go show you where, because sometimes you've got to actually turn the menu on, but it's building it for you. But we don't want the sample page anymore because we don't want that part of the site. So we'll go back over to the dashboard, go to your pages. If you click on pages or all pages, so we want to get here. And we don't want this sample page anymore. This is just a preloaded page. You want to remember to just get rid of it so it's not hovering in there. You just have to go up and hit trash. And this is how you get rid of any page. Sometimes you'll build a bunch of pages just to play around with them. It's a good idea to get rid of them, you know, else once Google could find some of those. You just want to get rid of them. And they will sit in trash. You have trash up here and you can look at them. Okay. And
so one of those Google bots wouldn't like those extra pages that you're not really using?
Yeah, and if you had links in it that linked someplace else, it could find it. You know, if you were, you know, even though you didn't attach it to a menu or something, but you might have an internal link, you don't want to have that. So you do have to go to trash to finally permanently delete it.
Oh, where's trash?
Can you keep it, if you're unsure, can you keep it there?
Yep.
As long does it stay there forever until you permanently delete
Exactly.
it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But you don't want to get too much built up because this is all taking up storage space on your hosting. So you want to keep things as slim as you can. So if you absolutely know you don't want that, you want to do that.
I'm sorry. So you trashed it, and where do you go to get to trash?
Oh, my trash can went away.
Oh.
Because I don't have any trash in it. It would be right. It's right up here. See where I'm circling? It should be next to publish. You should have a trash. If you put it.
Okay. Yeah. It says 1.
Yep. So click on the trash can up here, or trash, and it should just show that one page.
Right.
And then hover over it and permanently delete.
Delete permanently. Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So that way you clean stuff up because I have sites that this will only handle like 20 pages and then you start having to go through lots of pages. So you want to keep things kind of easy to find and, you know, it's like keeping your hard drive clean. You know what I mean? Every once in a while you got to sweep and clean stuff out.
Right. I got to do that too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Okay. So the next thing, and once you know, everything I'm showing you is how I start a fresh site. We're going to go to Appearance, and we're going to choose Menus over here. And we did a little bit of this on the free site. So we want to order. So this is doing, it's got 2 home pages. It's got a custom link.
So do we have to delete one?
Yeah. What did it do? Okay.
Hello? Oh.
We'll get rid of, this is the one that we created. I'll keep the one the theme was there. So the one at the bottom.
Click remove.
Click remove.
But that's funny how it didn't show to home on the front of the website.
I might have messed things up. We can create a new one. So, so this is called menu 1. So we'll click create a menu. This is where you want to select automatically add new top level pages. If you don't want to have to come back here and copy them over, it can automatically put anything that's in this area is going to be in your menu. You're still going to have to come back here because you might want to reorder them. But we're going to choose automatically add. And then we want this to be our primary menu because sometimes there's choices of some different areas. So we want it to go in our primary area. Hopefully this theme puts it back where I was looking at it, but we're going to find out soon. So we're going to click those two. Now, one more thing, just I want you guys to know how to do this. We want to move your home page. You always want at the top. Just that's where people are used to seeing if you use a home page. But just for say we want the blog to be next, just drag and drop, drag it up, and it'll be in the order of home, blog, about.
That's a nice feature.
Yeah, now we'll probably add a couple more pages and I'll show you how you make a drop-down menu. So let's save this. Now go up and let's click on the tab that has your actual website on it. And let's see if I messed it all up. If our home is gone, we'll put home back in. You click your refresh. Nope, we just have our 3 pages.
Yeah, I got home, blog, and about.
Yep. So now, if you noticed, it says blog here. Right now, this is set up for a blog, so blog post. So now that our menu and we built pages, we want our home to be our home page and our blog to be a blog page. Right now, the first thing that's coming up is blog page. So let's go back over to the dashboard. We have to go back down to settings. And go to reading. Settings on the left. And then to reading. This is where we're going to...
Oh, wait on the bottom. So I
Yeah,
didn't see it.
yeah, the bottom. Wait till we get some plugins in there. This list gets long. We are going to now take it from being a blog to a website. So we're going to click static page. This is a really key thing that people don't, if they forget about it, they get frustrated why their home page isn't showing. So your front page is going to be whatever is going to be your home page. And now you see we have the list because we made pages. Choose home because we're going to make that our home page. And if there's going to be a blog in this website, we want all the blogs to go to the blog page. And then hit save. And now we'll click on our website. Now when we hit refresh, we're going to see that word blog go away and we're going to see a blank home page. It should change.
I just got a picture of the forest. Oh, you did too.
Yeah. So now we'll be able to put pictures, a logo, and this is the home page format. We haven't put anything in here. This has some areas we're going to build some content into. And this is called it's got a parallax. When an image isn't static and you scroll over it, this is sort of a parallax scroll is what it's called, and which might be kind of fun for us to work with. So now we have the structure to start playing around with a website. So let's go back to the dashboard. I'm going to show you how to do some drop-down menus. Let's go. I'm going to add a couple. Let's add 2 pages. Let's call this one Our Story. We'll leave it at default. We'll leave it at default because we haven't really looked to see how the pages all. We'll just leave it at default. So Our Story. And hit the update to save it. and add a new one. Oh, let's do contact. Keep it default and just hit publish. And then now let's go over to appearance and back to menu.
Now, Kara, I usually have to hit publish twice. Is that?
Really? You should only have to hit it once.
So you don't need to hit update after you publish?
No, publish, yeah, it's just the first time you create a page, it's published. And every time they change the word for just to update.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. While we're here, I just want to throw this. If you are working on a new page and you're going to be designing that page and you don't want anybody to see it and you don't want to link it to the menu, if you come over to this little published box and look at status, published. Okay, we published this, but if we click the edit button, I decided I'm not done with that page. I go to draft, click OK. And I can work on this and update it, and it's not going to show on the front page. This is something when you're designing a page that you don't want a client to see yet, or it's just a new page. You don't want it linked anywhere, and you want to come back tomorrow and do a little more work on it. When you get this fine-tuned, you would just come back to status, edit,
back to published.
Pending. Okay, the pending review brings the publish button. Now I'm going to publish it. And it makes it published. And now it's live on the site. If you'd gone back and forth, you would have seen that the contact came out of the menu. Okay, so we built 2 more pages. I'm going to show you how you can do a drop-down menu. Because over here, we just have 3 pages. I'm going to make it so you click on cover over one of these and a drop-down menu is going to come out. Very easy to do. So we go to Appearance, Menus. You'll eventually learn where everything is.
Yeah, I think I did this by accident. I was wondering why, when I moved it, it indented.
Yes, exactly. So these were automatically added because we have this automatically added top level pages. Now, if you're going to make some pages that you don't want in here, you can uncheck this. But right for now, I think anything you guys can be building, any pages you build are going to be part of it. You'll just come over here and reorganize it in the order that you want. So I'm going to consider these to go under the about. I want to have an about page, and when they hover it, I want them to read my story and have my contact information. So I'm going to grab our story and I'm going to just pull it to the right and let go. And same with contact, pull it to right and let it go. And then if you have to click save every time you do something new to the menu.
I got it says sub item came up next to it.
Yep, that's right. Yep. And so if you save it, and then we'll go click on our website. You're gonna have to click refresh because we made some changes so that it gets caught up. And now look, if you hover over about, those 2 pages are in a drop down now.
Oh, cool.
Now you click on them. We have no information, but now we can go to contact. And you guys are going to, part of your assignment is you're going to build a contact page. You're going to do a contact form. Okay. So that's how you do a drop down. So when you plan out your navigation, think of things, people do put this kind of stuff under their about and contact some if you start, getting too many items, in there. So we'll go back over. Okay, settings, menu. Okay, we go, let's click on just dashboard. You can just click on it. If you click on the dashboard, it brings you back to where you enter. There's a couple things here I just want to bring to your attention. The theme that we just loaded put a message up here, and because it's the first time using this theme, it's recommending some plugins. I don't always trust what they say.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, because when they built the theme, these were all being well taken care of, whatever, but they might add functionality you're not going to use in it. And I already know, we need this tiny mice widget. We don't need it. Contact Form 7 is one of the really good forms. I'm going to have you guys use a different form plugin. We're going to load in a minute. So don't always trust a simple custom CSS. It's not needed. I'm going to show you where to change your custom styles without adding a plugin. So I'm going to keep this notice here because I'm going to check out. I don't think we need a couple of these, but I'll check them out later. If you want, you can delete these. If I click this message goes away forever. We'll just leave it there in case I want to check out a couple things that it's recommending. But I wanted to show you down here on the dashboard, everything's movable. So if you don't like what you see here, I can grab and move it so you can customize your dashboard. You're going to get some other plugins that are going to throw stuff in here. You might find that you want something more important someplace else, and you can just drag and drop this stuff around. So you can customize this as much as you want. I was just going to show you that. Welcome to WordPress. Get started, customize your site, or change your theme completely. Okay. We're going to go to plugins now because I want to get through this. Okay. And the first thing you're ever going to do when you're going to come to plugins, and we've spoken to Automatic, who owns WordPress, this Hello Dolly, we're going to actually delete it. I just immediately delete it. Matt Mullenweg, he is he's a creator of WordPress, and he's a great guy. But they just like to have a couple plugins here. What Hello Dolly does is it adds these quotes that you just don't need running on your website. And what you don't want is you don't want a plugin you're not using just sitting there, because it could become an open hole for security issues. So when you absolutely know you don't need a plugin, you definitely want to get rid of it. So what we're going to do is this Hello Dolly, just click delete. It's going to ask, are you sure you want to delete? You're going to hit and all its data, and you're going to go yes. I advise on any of if you do any other new sites, that you can just get rid of that.
And what is Akismet?
Okay, this we'll set up another night. This is a key thing. It's a free version which you guys can activate. If you're going to have a blog, it prevents all the spam messages coming in. It'll actually filter it for you. It's an awesome plugin. But I'm not going to set it up because we could actually go set up an account. We'll do that another night. So we'll leave that.
So it's essential that you want that activated.
Yes,
right?
that one you keep. There's a paid version and a free version. So when I get commercial accounts, I have to pay for that. But if you're just a one-time site, you get the choice to do paid or not, and you don't have to pay. So, but we'll do that another night. We'll go through that. But I want to add a couple plugins that you guys have set up. So after tonight, when you start playing, you'll have a couple things to work on. So we're going to go up to Add New Plugin. And this little page comes in. So we're going to come over to the search, and you can, if you know the developer's name, you could search for it. There's a popular, what's popular, if you're looking for ideas of something. WordFence security is really good. Actually, it's confusing to set up though. I'd have to walk you through that. And there's some recommended. Jetpack is pretty good. Oh, we're going to actually, while we're here, did you click on recommended?
No, I will now though if you want.
Yeah, click on recommended. And do you guys see Yoast SEO?
Yeah, second one down the left with the light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Single light.
Install. We're going to click on install that one now.
So these are all free?
Yes.
That was my next question.
Yes, these are free. Yeah.
Because once you start clicking them, you got to be sure.
Yeah. And I just knew this one's right. The next one I'll go through a couple things. I'm not going to activate it right now. You can activate it from here. I'll go back to it. I'm just going to have you come up to the search, and I want you to type in WP space, and it's smush, SMUSH. And it should be the top left. It's WSmush. It's an image optimization. This is going to actually help reduce the size of any images you guys upload. It'll optimize them a little bit more than what you'll do, just to help. It helps keep the file size for your website, for your visitors, for load time, and also not to overtake your room on your server and your hosting with your hosting company. But while I'm here, if you've noticed when you're looking at plugins, because I am going to ask you to go, look and see if you can find a new plugin you might want to try. It gives you star rating. Did you notice this one has 5 stars? This has 5 stars. 5,000 active installs. There's actually 2,138 gave it 5 stars. It's also will tell you if it's compatible with your version of WordPress, which we have the most current version, and it is.
It's 500,000, isn't it?
500,000.
Yep.
And it was last updated 2 weeks ago. So this is telling me this is a really good plugin. Now, if you go down, so if you were looking at plugins on this page, it usually puts the better ones at the top, but it might not have all the functionality. But I would definitely choose this one over one with only 1,000 active installs and only 4 stars, not fully 5 stars.
I see faster image doesn't even have a rating.
Yeah, because some of them, they're new. So this is a new one. So no one's rated it, but 700 people tried it. That means they didn't like it enough to want to give it. Also, look, it says untested with your version. Don't even touch it if it's not. And it hasn't been touched in a year. So this developer is not actively staying on top of this.
Isn't it ultra competitive and really tough to break into this market, Kara?
It is. Yeah. It is, and a good developer will stick through it because they want a good reputation. They do have to get approved to be on here. A lot of these are free, but you might get there and find out that they have a paid version with the functionality that you want. And that's where these developers make their money, is with the add-ons or the upgrades. So that's the one thing to be aware about when you're looking at different plugins.
Now, can you get viruses from any of these plugins?
No, because right now I am searching on WordPress's site, which is very optimized. So if I went to WordPress.org, basically I'm going to go to plugins. I'm doing the same search. They've just integrated it into my dashboard. So you're working straight off of WordPress's site. And they are completely optimized and everything. So no, you won't bring anything in. But the best way to not have any holes is to make sure it's compatible and it was updated like recently. See, 2 weeks ago, a week ago. That means that developer's right on top of it. They've done, like this one, no one's touched it for 2 years. You would never. And the reason why it's still here is they had a few people that still have it probably working on their website. But there's no, which is scary because there's no upgrades, which could mean some security issues. So look at when it was last updated, if it's compatible with your version. And those are all the good tips to find a good plugin. And you need to look at, click on it and take a peek and see the description to see if it does what you want it to do. This plugin's going to reduce images automatically for you. That's why I'm having you install it right now. And you can actually read reviews from here. You can go here and actually see what people were saying about it. You know what I mean? So you can actually
That's
see.
helpful.
Yeah. Changelog is important because, okay, the newest version, you can see why they just did an update. So, and you can see that they've been on top of it. Look at all these changes. This is good. Some people would say, wow, that's a lot. No, that means they're staying on top of the technology, security issues. That's really, really good. And screenshots might help you see how it works, how it functions. Some of them, like you might go look for something to help you lay out a portfolio. It'll show you the different styles and different layouts a plugin might help you with. So there's some good information here. It might tell you some interesting ways to install it. Some of them are done with a short code. It'll create a short code. We'll talk about that later.
You know, I really like it. You don't see it that often. It's something small, but when you click on that, to get these menus, it grays out everything behind it, and it makes it easier to read.
Yeah. So it punches through it, and you don't really leave the page. Yeah.
I just wish more things on the web would have that built in. That's just a nice feature.
You can find there's plugins that will do this on your content for you. You can actually find plugins that do. It would be a pop-up window. So you can build that into your WordPress site. You might want to think about that as a feature. Make a note, pop-up windows. So it'll pop up certain content, and there's different ways to do it, and that would be done with a plugin.
Yeah, because most people probably have 9 different things up on the screen. Mm-hmm. So you're able to focus and read easier. Sure.
Yeah. Yep. So let's install this. Click the install on the W smush. And then I'm going to have you search for one more plugin, because this one's going to help you with your homework. You don't have anything major for homework. You guys are just going to play and have fun. Trust me. All your writing is done. You just actually need to use part of that writing to build your website now. That might be the only thought process. Okay, we're going to type in WP, all one word, forms. And it should come up in the top left. And it's called Easy WordPress Contact Form Plugin. With a little bear guide. You guys have it?
Got it.
Okay, click install.
Last updated 10 hours ago.
We have the newest. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back over to plugins and click on installed plugins. And you'll see that they installed those. Now you have more in your list. But they're sitting here and they're not activated. So I'm going to have you, the WP Smush, we're going to activate that. And it's going to, this one immediately brings you to your,
You gotta hit the check mark and then activate.
just click activate. You don't have to check mark it. That's if you want to activate a whole bunch, you'd select a bunch, but we'll just do them one by one. So just click activate and you should come up with this super woman. I'm not sure who she is, but it's their little icon person. So
it looks like Mrs. Aqua Woman.
Yeah.
White.
No, Aquawoman doesn't wear a mask. Come on.
Oh, that's true.
Now, if we put this plugin on after we've been working on the site, it would come up with this saying, "Oh, you have X amount of images that need to be optimized," and you could actually click to optimize it. But it says we haven't found any images in your media library, so there's no smushing to be done. So it's telling you can upload images, but we don't need to do anything. This is going to run behind the scenes for you because we're going to leave it checked to automatically smush any images. It's going to do that every time you automatically when you upload your images.
So later on, if you want to add a photo or two or some graphics, you'd come back here to smush.
No, it does it automatically.
Oh, automatically.
Every time you add something to your media library, it's going to do it automatically. That's why I'm having you guys do it right now. I have a couple websites that are they just load it with photos, regular photos going up, and the site just is getting huge and huge.
Like
so
that woodworker one there, the furniture guy?
No, this one's actually, it's a Nordic ski club, but they're always posting, always having events and doing lots and lots of images, posting them up. So, and it prevents those that don't optimize their images to make sure they get optimized and the size is reduced. So
yeah.
There's a lot of different people putting photos on the website that don't know how to optimize. So this will actually help if you have a client uploading photos. It'll help it. And what it did was, remember back when we were looking at the media and I said we're going to leave our thumbnail size. So it detected that we have preset sizes. So it's going to optimize all sizes. Just so you know that WordPress will make individual sizes within these from one image. So you're only loading one image, even though if it's used in different sizes, it's only one load instead of a bunch of different loads. So it's going to make sure all of those images get optimized. And we don't want to save camera settings. We really don't care. We're not a photographer and we don't need it, so we're not going to check that. I don't want you to run into errors. We won't check this resize. This is going to just oversize images. We'll leave that undone. If you guys overuse bandwidth, I'll go check that for you guys. So I think you guys will control it. And these are pro features, so we can't have access to these, and we won't worry about it. We're just going to stick with the free version. So pretty much we didn't touch anything. Yeah, it would have told us all the sizes before and what it saved here, but you can come back and check these settings later. So we don't have to do anything with this. This is pretty much all set. So we'll go back over to plugins, to the installed plugins. So smush it to, and did you notice that one is blue? Can you see the blue and the other ones are white?
Yes,
because it's activated.
Yeah, and that's key because sometimes if you're looking and you're like wondering why something's not working, you can go, oh, because I didn't turn it on or got turned off. So it's a good, anything white means it's not turned on. And you might also realize, oh, It's because I didn't like it. Now I need to delete it because I'm not using it. So it kind of helps you flag things like
At
that.
least it's not like an SQL server class, right, Maria, where if you would delete certain things, the site would go down, and then the company's business would just drop down until the site came back up again. It was like falling off a cliff. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Did you guys crash a site?
No, well, there was many instances during the course where he said you do not want to delete this.
Yes.
It would just be like one code, one word.
Yes.
And then the site would go down if you deleted that word.
Yeah, there's areas here that I'll tell you, don't touch this, because
Right.
that's what it'll do.
But it would be the site, that the customers are working on and ordering, and
Yep.
money was, transacting through, and
Yeah.
that's a lot of responsibility now.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Now, Kara, for these plugins, when they update it, does it automatically get updated, or you have to come back here and say?
You have to come back and see. So that's why, you might have an update by tomorrow. But I'm going to walk you through how to do that. We got to set up some backup first. I'm going to teach you how to back up your sites first, because before you do any updating, you always want to have some sort of way to restore it or backup. So, which I'm going to think about that because I need to get you to back up. I use a backup, but I pay a little bit for it. I'll see if they have a free version. There's a whole bunch of different ways to back up your site. So we're going to probably, talk about that quite a bit because that's important. But we're going to go over and turn on the WP Forms right now. We'll just activate that. And not all plugins come up with these nice little windows to get you going. This one actually has a little video we can watch, which is handy when a plugin gives you some good help and support right off the bat. I'm trying to think. I want you guys to create a form, but I don't want you to be stuck too much because that's part of your homework assignment. I'm trying to think. Okay, I'm gonna let's make sure. Okay, why don't we click See All Features? Okay, so this is bringing you to their website. There's some add-ons. Okay, this is some of their add-on stuff. We don't want to go there. So you can just get rid of that tab and get back to your dashboard. Okay, this plugin actually runs from your left menu here. And you can see it has WP Forms. And we're going to click Add New. I'm going to give you a quick tutorial over this. You're not going to deal with anything down below because that's all upgrades. These are your templates right here. These three things. Is a blank form, a simple contact form, and a suggestion and another form. We're going to start with the create a simple contact form. You click on that. I remember Maria asking, will I ever learn how to make a contact form? And I said, yes.
And here it is.
And here it is. Now.
Maria, take over. Is she there?
Yeah, she's there. Okay. This actually has a form all created for you. Okay. We can click it to edit it. We can drag it to reorder it. If we wanted to email first, we could just pull this up. But usually on a form, the name is here. Now, if I want to edit this, I'm going to click it, and it'll give it over here, the information Field options. I can add a field.
Oh, this was so hard to do, like HTML class.
Yeah, you coded it.
Yeah, very complicated.
Yeah.
This has, you can decide how wide you want these. There's some customizing. So this is building the code for you. We'll stick with a medium. So there's features in here that you can change. They have tutorials to learn it, how to use it. I found my customers who want to do their forms can work with this pretty easily.
How did you get advanced options?
I just clicked on the advanced options. There's a little arrow, which tells me there's more.
Down at the bottom.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Sorry.
Now, where does this form go to when you hit submit? Does it go to your, like, an email that you get with your website?
The email that I had you change when we were first in there, it's going to go to you. Yep.
Okay.
Well, actually, we'll set that in here. We will actually, if we want this perfectly the way it is, we can play with some more stuff. But if we go to settings, this is where you need to set up your notifications. And right now it's set up to go to the admin email. So it's okay for you guys now just to do that. All fields reply to, and these help you with the tags that you can put in here. Email subject. You can change this. You do want a subject line because you might have more than one form on your site. So I want to know that this is coming from my contact form. So I just took out the simple, deleted that. The from name is going to, this is, leave this. This is telling me it's coming from the person who created it on the website. So
field ID equals 0.
Yep. And the from, so the settings on this are okay. It's preset just to have it, because right now you guys want to get it from the admin email.
So you don't save this at all? We made a change, you don't save it?
I will save this because I did take one word out. I took the word out of here, the simple contact.
Oh, it saves up top there. Okay.
Yeah, so you click save.
Now, Karen, I know, like when we were doing the HTML, if the user didn't put an email in, it would come up like an error, like, oh, you must put an email. Does that automatically?
Wait, what was that again? If they...
Like if a user had this form and they didn't put an email or their last name, an error will come up saying you must put contact, your...
Requiring them to do so.
Exactly, yes.
Is that built into this?
That's what these little red things means. It's required.
Okay.
So if we go to, let me edit. Oh, see how this required here? See how that red goes on and off next to the email? This is what you check to make that field required, is over here. Because I double click the email, and then this left side is telling me the options for it. So I can change.
How'd you get that left side?
Double click on the area. Double click on the email.
Yeah,
Click to edit, and then this left comes up.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Oh, I see.
So, and this is where you can change that email. So, you could say your email. See how you can change it? This is the label over here, it's letting you change the label. And if you wanted a description, you could put a description underneath, you know what I mean? So if you wanted to help them with what they need to put in here, you know, you can put a description, but nothing shows if you don't do anything. And it's good. You can enable email confirmation. In other words, they have to type it twice. You can, or you don't have to, you know. You do and you don't. You only see it on really important forms, but just you don't always see it on just a contact form. So basically every field, if you click on it, oops, that's required. You can I can change this to simple and just a name. I'll be honest, people like to just give their first name, you know, but if it's important that you need their first and last, see how you have the easy choices here.
Mm-hmm. Well, now with the internet, I'm sure a lot of people want to just give the first name if that's all that's
Exactly.
required, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can just go simple. Especially if you're doing email sign up, you just need their first name. The reason being, so you can personalize their email. So you'll just put, "Hi, Kara." You know what I mean? You don't need to know their last name. I do have one customer that does need the last name, but it's a very professional business and they're all big SEOs and they want to know who everybody is. So we do require the last name, but you know.
And this gives them the option too. I mean, they could put their first and last name in this line if they wanted to, right?
Yeah, they could. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, they could. Yeah. So with all those changes, I'm going to hit save. Now, this is how this form works. You're going to embed code on the contact page that we made. So if you see up next to the save button, we have an embed. If you click on that, this code comes up. You want to copy that code. Okay. Oh, and there's a video that can show you how to do it. Actually, I can't copy the code here, but it'll tell you how to do it because we've saved it. I'm going to X out of this. The short code is right next to it. So you can have multiple types of forms in here. And then you name them appropriately for different reasons because you can make a form to get some information out of somebody if you want to. And what you do is you just copy this code, this short code, just highlight it. We're going to copy it. So make sure you copy it. You can see how easy it is to make a form. Did you copy it?
No, I was still trying to get back to Forms Overview window.
Did you save it?
Yeah, I saved it.
Okay, did you X out up by the save? There's an X up on the right corner.
Oh.
So you can X out of it after you saved it.
Actually, I was watching you. I'll just leave the last name in there. If that's okay.
Yeah, you can go edit this anytime you want. So you can click on it.
I was thinking, right. Okay,
yeah,
so
it brings you back to the same form.
Yeah.
And then you can edit it, so you can go back.
Oh, then okay, Forms Overview came. I didn't hit the X. Sorry.
So did you get to this window?
Yeah, simple contact form.
Yep. So under the short codes to the right.
It says equal 20. Mine says equal 28. Yeah.
It should be. There's a short code column. You want to copy that W, the whole thing, the W.
Okay.
P form. So highlight it and copy it.
With the brackets?
Yep, with the brackets.
Okay.
You'll learn to see this kind of code. These are called short codes. You'll be putting a lot of stuff in that way.
Okay.
Now we want to go to pages, to all pages. And we want to click on contact.
Okay.
You want to click in here and you want to paste that code.
It's not coming up. Do you select contact? Do you check mark it?
Oh, double click.
Oh, view?
I always double click. You can just double click on the words. It should come up. So if you're here.
Oh, finally, yeah, okay.
Here, I just double click or hit edit and it brings it up.
Yep, I got contact, and then with the yeah, just like yours.
Okay. So click in the editing box.
Okay,
This is your WYSIWYG, and paste that code. I'm assuming it's going to work this way. If it doesn't, I'll try it a different way because I haven't worked with this theme before. Now let's click update. Now go up to your page.
Refresh.
Yeah, do you have contact?
Yep.
Okay, and then hit refresh.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Look, you just put a form in.
Beautiful.
And I bet if you typed and filled it out and submitted it, it should be in your inbox.
Yeah, I got the last name up there, but it's actually a good exercise to go in and delete that on my own and mess around with it.
Yeah, well, part of your assignment, I already actually helped you do it, but I'd like you to go in and play with that and maybe either make a form or make a more detailed contact form just to play around with it and feel comfortable with it. And there's videos. I like that plugin because it has some helpful videos because there's a lot of different features. And just so you can remember.
So now that so this form would go, since you're the admin and I'm the admin, you'll get this email too? Is that what goes to all the admins?
Try it. I think it might only go to you because we switched you as the admin email. But it would be interesting to see. I think I might.
Because underneath the users, it has both of us as the admins. I wonder.
Yeah. But we changed the
It's a good experiment.
Yeah. See if I get it. So just remember to go up WP Forms. You can go work off that new form or make a new form. There's just some really neat features that are that you might want to play around with, so you can think about it. There's just a bunch of I think the fancy fields aren't available because there's a paid version. You'll find that there's a paid version of this. So yeah. So
That's great. I wish we were doing this 6 months ago.
Oh, instead of the hand coding?
Yes.
Now, I could challenge you. There are some really good plugins that you actually have to really think, and they write the code, but you got to think a little bit more in code that build forms as well. I found this one is really easy because I have to think about if I have some clients that want to make their own forms. I found this plugin to work really well, and it wasn't too complex. There's some I could show you, and you'll go, Kara, I'm not going there. I'm going back to this one. Yeah, but play around with it. You might want to play with a little questionnaire. Maybe you could make a little questionnaire that you could put up. So go. That's part of your homework, is to either make a new form, play with that one, or make a whole new one. Just gets you a little more familiar with customizing. I'm gonna wait because it's 9 o'clock. I had you load one other plugin. I'm gonna save that for next class. Yoast is an SEO, and I will show you how to use that to build your content more so it's search engine friendly. and there's some settings that we'll be using from that down the road. Also to let Google know, there's some tools in here that help us tell Google they can start searching and you know, tracking through and getting in the search engines. I'm trying to think. So that gives you the tour to play. Your homework. I'm going to stop recording this right now because I think that's enough.